All right, it's the Ron and Fez show, and as always, there's always a little drama happening in our lives. And I'll just set this up. It just about probably 6 minutes ago, Earl came in to tell Fez and I, hey, boys, have a good show. Moments later, we hear a soft thud on the carpet, and Earl had fainted.
Earl was fainted. He was face down, halfway in the studio, halfway out of the studio, right across the doorway, right across our threshold.
And just out. Just gone like he was Michael Spinks.
Like it was a bride being carried across the threshold and then dumped there.
The only thing I'm worried about, Fez, is that he's pregnant. I think that our Earl could be pregnant.
Is there any morning sickness that anyone noticed today?
They've got him up on the couch. Let's go to Eastside Dave. Is that mic on, Fez?
Yeah, that should be on. He's very, very peculiar right now. He's sipping water very slowly, even slowly for Earl, which is quite astonishing.
He probably only was totally out about 30 to 50 seconds. Then he came to and mumbled the term Febreze. Febreze, he said. And just like Leonard Skinner, Fez, we call him Febreze. And there he is. What Earl, can you hear us at all?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
And why did you whisper Rosebud as you were dying? I mean Febreze.
That's his nickname for his asshole.
Well, what happened was, I think Poe was asking me, do you feel, are you diabetic? He was asking me all these, and I was trying to say, I felt this whiff of Febreze.
All right, so wait.
And that was the last, I remember, because I said hello to you guys, and I was walking out the door.
Yes, we remember what happened. We didn't faint.
I just felt like this whiff of Febreze, and then...
You gave us the daily limp handshake. Good show, buddies. Let's have a good show. And then fainted on us.
In a dead heap.
And I just caught this whiff of Febreze, and that was everyone's helping me up. That's the next thing I remember.
So, did you know that you went out? You know that you fainted?
No, not at all.
And there's not a strong smell of Febreze in here, Fez.
No, I'm very sensitive to smells, and I don't notice hardly any Febreze in here.
No, we have to have some of that because the O&A staff, there's a few interns that shit themselves. So you gotta keep Lysol, Febreze, all that stuff's got to go all the time.
But I've always had a reaction to Febreze. I get very nauseous. I can't breathe.
It's only been out a few years. It's not something you've had since you were a kid.
And unfortunately, it's the only cure we have for sickle cell. So you've got to smell this stuff, Earl.
Wow, rocking a hard place, Earl.
Come on back in here now and see if you can smell it. Let's get you up and walking. You know what? Double time. Let's go. In here fast.
Now, would this be officially called a case of the vapors?
Master Poe is trying to put him in a chair and push him. All right, does that bother you, Earl? Can you smell the Febreze?
Do you smell it now? Because I don't, and I smell everything.
Hold on, is the room moving?
Oh, boy.
Earl, can you feel the room a little bit moving?
The house began to pitch.
Yeah. All right, Dave, come in here and squirt some Febreze around, and let's do a little, yeah. There it is. Just, yes, put some, thanks. Put some all around them.
There you go.
And see if you can feel it at all.
Febreze air freshener.
Anything, Earl? Yeah, stand up and start to run in place. And see, just take in some of the Febreze. See if that helps you at all.
I'm still a little out of it.
Yeah, sure.
Is that what you need, more Febreze? Get him an oxygen mask that just runs Febreze through it.
See, I'm starting to get dizzy.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting very dizzy right now.
You know what? I just noticed something. Where's your daddy's watch? Who the hell took his daddy's watch?
It's spraying in my mouth.
Anything at all, Earl?
No, I'm just like feeling really out of it right now, really dizzy.
Yeah. Was that your first time fainting, or you do that all the time?
This is the first time it has ever happened to me.
Yeah. Why's your zipper down?
My zipper's fine.
What happened?
Okay. What happened? Why he went out? All right, Earl, is this something you can't do anymore? Is it the stress of 3 hours a day working?
With air freshener?
No, you saw me right before I was walking. I was walking out the door.
I was walking.
I was walking out the door. The show had started.
Yeah.
I felt fine.
Yeah, it was basically during the opening.
Yeah, and
you fainted like a woman. You know what? It might be your corset. Is that a little too tight?
I don't know.
Is that it? Is that it? Is another fan coming on?
No,
Is it
it's
coming?
Really dizzy.
Why don't you turn around in circles? Just keep going in circles.
I don't know if I'll make the half turn.
Yeah.
It's a little dizzy right now. But it always did something to me.
Dave, keep squirting him with Febreze.
It's like he's a
In my
bug.
face.
Like he's a bug and it's raid.
I don't think it could be Febreze. Is anything else bothering you?
The guilt over sleeping with a mental patient? Has that
happened.
finally gotten to you?
No,
When's the last time you had your period? You know what? I don't want you taking gym today. I don't want you in gym.
Well, I definitely don't want him in the pool.
No. Well, that goes without saying.
you know,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you know, I'm never sick or.
Why
I
would
mean,
you?
Why you're out of your fucking...
well, I never take you know what I mean, but I never take off for being sick.
If you do, you're fired. That's it. We'll know that we don't need you. Things will go better.
On a daily basis, we hear how your toenails hurt.
He said his hair hurts once, and he's been shaving his head since 1997.
I never said my hair hurt.
There's always something wrong with you. You can never breathe. You always have to do your big gulps. One time you were choking on green beans in here.
Earl, maybe we ought to lower you out the window by your ankles. Just hang you out the window until you feel better. Would that help you at all?
No, I
Do you remember, were you dreaming anything while you were out?
no.
At one point when he was still down, laid across the hallway here, his little bald head looked up and then went right back down.
I was just like, I don't know. I was like, I'm fighting it. I don't know what was going on.
You weren't fighting.
And I was just kind of like,
Were you listening?
I was like, why am I?
Let me tell you, Miss Douglas, you weren't fighting it. You went with it.
Like I don't know, something was just like, get up, and then like the body was like,
So you
stay,
ignored it.
so stay down. The body's like, stay down.
It's too hot in this church. That's what it is. They're passing out all over. So you going to be all right today, or what do we do with it?
Buster Douglas in a sugar coma he was fighting.
I'm ready to go.
He actually woke
ready
up
to-
saying blueberry pie, blueberry pie.
So no, I'm ready to do the show. Let's go. You
What happened?
Every couple seconds.
He deserves it.
You just sprayed it in my face.
He's lying.
Dave just squirts Febreze at him.
Why do you think he's lying, you say, Dave?
Wait a minute, check that. It's made out of ether. I don't even know if that's what we want.
And ground up roofies.
I got the Clorox, too. Should we give him the Clorox treatment?
You want to do Clorox, Earl? Would that help you?
Get some Clorox shots.
I'm not taking any Clorox shots.
Are you all right now?
Yeah. I'm a little lightheaded, but I'm all right.
And laying right in the door.
For the world to see.
Like a fucking sterno bum.
It's not like I picked, I was like, let me pick a spot to faint right in the middle of the doorway. I didn't plan on it.
You were on your belly with basically your ass hanging out for all the radio show to see.
Here's an idea. It's 90 degrees out. Take off the fucking coat for once.
True.
Why is he dressed like it?
90 degrees out.
Jesus.
He looked like his dad, sprawled out on the front porch right in front of the refrigerator.
I thought he was on the floor doing push-ups. I didn't know what was going on. I was ready to count.
Yeah, he went out.
Well, he
and
fought it every step of the way.
Just the tiniest little. That's all you hear.
Yeah, like a feather hit the ground.
One minute I'm walking out, the next
don't
minute
you
I'm like-
weigh?
The 1 minute
He's lost a ton of weight.
So 1 minute I'm walking out, the next minute, I just hear, are you diabetic? Are you this? Are you that?
Yeah, but we had to talk last night. You said since you've been fucking up at your job, you haven't been sleeping lately.
Well,
you
I have
haven't been
trouble eating.
Yeah.
That.
Can you hold food down, or are you like a woman with that too? You making yourself puke? Are you bulimic?
No. I'm not puking. I mean, it's just, I've been having trouble. Like, last night was, like, the best night of sleep I've had in a while. And that was, what, 6 hours?
Other than doing the show?
That 3 good hours a day that you get.
Fucking sleeping with his eyes open. And also, I heard, and I don't even want to get into it, you're addicted to suppositories?
Oh, no.
No, I'm not.
All
I
right.
don't even,
You're our Nicole Richie. You should see him in a bikini. It's just awful.
It's terrible.
Just all
Just see his
collarbone.
breastplate just jutting out.
God help anybody who actually dies in this place. I'm just
That was the thing. While you were out, we were all cracking the fuck up.
Yeah, I could be sitting there convulsing, puke coming out of my mouth.
The least lack of concern
No.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because you know what it was? It was like in Platoon where the fat kid passes out from getting bit by an ant.
And 75% of people play was faking it, too.
No, I knew he wasn't faking because I went all through his wallet and he didn't even turn around.
I was looking at your jacket.
But
That would have fit me.
But just God help anybody who actually gets really sick in this place. It'll just be like a big running gag.
That helping at all? The Febreze?
Whoa.
There you go. Come on, Earl. Pass out again. You got it, buddy.
Oh, I
Earl,
think he's
think
gonna
about
go.
tilt-a-whirl. Earl, look at me. Earl, look. I can't. Earl, is everything okay? Because it's starting to move. It seems like, Earl, this is me. Earl, where are you going?
Are you?
Help me. He's staggering. Come on, buddy. No, turn it off. Turn your head back and forth as quick as you can.
You get nauseous?
Yeah.
I would trade the nausea. I would trade the nausea in place of the lightheadedness.
You know what? You need some Febreze.
On your
There
food.
you go. Maybe that will help.
Then you'll be able to eat.
All right, that's in his eye. That's no good.
Just had to do it right, though.
Is this why you won't wash your clothes?
To wash my clothes.
In the East River, that's not right. Beating it against the rock down there.
That jacket's finally getting dry cleaned. It took a fainting spell.
Are you okay now, buddy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm okay.
This is the other funny thing. Dave yells, "Don't move him." Like maybe his neck was broken.
E-Rock was giving him a fucking weird massage. I know that can't be good
Well,
if you're giving it.
he was working the balls a little bit. You can't blame him for that. He's got to get some air on his balls when he passes out.
Someone was willing to touch the black guy. I give him all the credit in the world.
You all right now, Earl?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
When's the last time he fainted on us? He had something weird happen before. And again, I think it was from a smell.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of...
You know what you need, Earl, is a hot pepper.
That would work.
That would just ruin me. It would be the end of me.
That would clean out your sinuses, everything.
If you had to guess now, over and under, how long can you stay with the show? 3 weeks? Over, under.
Definitely over.
You'll see Rocktober.
I'll definitely see October.
I'm going to bury him next to Muni. If anything happens, I'm going to bury you next to Muni. Are you ready to take over now?
Yeah.
Because, Danny's been working for 16 hours, and it's he thought he was going to hit the time card and be able to go home.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Double time, run in there. It's too much for Breed. All right, that one in the Master Poe's face.
Poe.
Go ahead, slap him, Mr. Poe. Are you ready, Earl?
Yeah.
All right, go in there.
All right, remember what happened the last time you tried to leave this room?
Thanks, man.
Seriously, he's afraid of doors. No, he can't be in a doorway.
All right, this is exactly how it happened. You opened the door, and then you fluttered down to the floor with your lack of weight.
He was like the bag in American Beauty. He was actually blowing around for a while before he landed. What a fucking mess this show is.
And then everyone just stared.
He actually had a spell. He literally had a spell, Fez.
Yeah. Like he had to go birthing some babies.
Wow. Here's, let me go to Dan. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's going on, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Definitely know what it is. Earl, he was either thinking about the cruise ship, he was in a pool, and he just collapsed, or it was a delayed reaction to yesterday or something. But
Yeah,
that's gotta be what it is.
I like any kind of callback from the other stupidity. There should be some kind of award given to us, Fezzy, for having the worst staff in radio and able to get on the air every day.
Sure, some sort of staff award.
It's just a task. Atlas could not pull off the task that we do here.
We should get a golden staff.
It's just unbelievable that Febreze and a faint smell of Febreze could make anyone pass out.
Yeah, let's go ahead and face some facts. There was not a Febreze smell in this room. If it was all perfumey in here, I would be the first to be complaining about it.
You have a problem with that.
Yeah, smells are the last of my senses that still works 100%.
Hey, Turtle, you're on Ron and Fez.
You smell that, buddies? That's Febreze. That flowery potpourri smell. Nothing else in the world smells like that. I love the smell of Febreze in the morning. It smells like victory.
Nice call. God, I feel like they're catching on. I'm honestly feeling like they're catching on. Earl, how you doing, buddy? You're back in your station.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Is your room really hot in the booth?
No, not at all.
You want us to put the heat on?
For once, this room isn't hot.
Get him his shawl.
God, it's just so wacky. Just so nuts. There's a black man laying in your doorway, passed out. So stupid. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I got a quick question for you guys.
Yeah.
In terms of energy level, was there any difference between unconscious Earl and conscious Earl? I'm just curious.
For anyone who might have missed the beginning of the show, moments before it started, Earl Douglas, our producer, fainted in the doorway of the studio.
It was actually during the opening, during the movie clips there. And Earl came in and said, and he does this every day, have a good show, buddy. Because he thinks he's pumping us up.
Right.
And he just sucks the energy out of the room anyway.
He likes to bump knuckles when he comes in here.
He's bumping knucks.
And next thing you know, he's bumping his head on the carpet.
And he faints walking through the doorway. And you look over, you weren't even saying anything. And I go, what? And he goes, Earl. Because I heard this little... And he's just out, not even moving at all.
I didn't feel any need to jump up or anything, and I just thought, what's Earl doing now? Little did I know he had fainted.
Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I think that Earl, he's pulling a fast one on you. I used to do that shit in gym class so I could go home early.
Earl, anytime you want to go home early, just tell us that you're leaving. Well, why don't you do this, Earl? Leave and see how long it takes for us to know.
No, every intention.
Just put a Yankees hat on a broom and see how long we go. Wait a minute. That's not Earl.
I'll look and say, is that broom again gain weight?
What were you going to say?
I messed that up big time. Oh. As the room spins.
Here's Adam. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say, Earl didn't pass out because of any Febreze, dude. The only reason he smelled Febreze is because he's face first in the fucking carpet.
Yeah, that is a good point of that, Earl. That maybe you smelled it in the carpet, because I don't think it was in the room at all.
That was the last thing I remember. I was just walking out, and I smelled that odor of Febreze, and then the next thing I know, Poe's picking me up, or trying to. I don't know, I'm still a little lightheaded.
Did a good-looking guy walk by? Is that what made you swoon?
He was thinking about the Beatles.
And being with Mooney at the airport.
Mooney. Mooney's at the airport are a whole different thing. Hey, Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, yeah, guys, I could feel for Earl. The other day I was falling down the steps and I screamed Glade the whole time down.
Arm and Hammer!
You know, Earl, you screamed, you fainted before I even got a chance to scream at you today. I didn't get my normal pre-show workout.
I don't know what I would have been able to tell your parents, Earl, if something had happened to you and they said, did he have any last words? And we have to explain, yes, Febreze.
Febreze. What actually would he meant by Febreze?
It's a code. Oh, it did?
Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Big ass 307, butt ass.
Hey, buddy.
The last time that a Sleeping Beauty over there passed out was when you had that awful porn video on, and you made him watch it. You had him do it, and he fell down like a sack of brick.
Oh, yeah. Remember that, Earl? There was some kind of ass-out video that we had going.
Yeah, the ass fella. I think Danny had given us that video to look at.
Some sick, twisted video. No, Danny was sitting there jacking to it. Some listeners said it. Danny thought it was the best thing of all time, and Earl fell down.
Yeah, I was like, I completely lost all sense of consciousness. It was so disgusting.
How you doing now, buddy?
I'm better.
I can't even see you through this window anymore. Ever since we got the mirrors, Fez, all I can catch is his teeth sometimes.
We can only take his word for it that he's still up and not fainted again.
Yeah, but I feel all right.
All right, well, we'll get the show started now then, Earl, if you don't mind. We'll hold that other thing till tomorrow. You can't fucking follow this, Fez.
Right, yeah.
You can't follow this at all. He's too much of a character.
Paris Hilton arrested on DUI charges after being pulled over for driving erratically. Her excuse? Febreze, as her lawyer said.
When isn't that girl drunk?
I know. I'm surprised she hasn't been pulled over long before now. She's always running into something anyway. She's constantly... Her spokesperson said she had one margarita and hadn't eaten all day because she was shooting a video for her new album.
That can happen. Because it's so low now. What did she even blow? And don't say the fucking pool boy, because that's cheap.
He's saying that she was right at the .08, the legal limit.
That's a tic-tac. That's nothing.
She's the one person where any bad press doesn't hurt her whatsoever.
That's not even bad press.
It just doesn't. I mean, she could commit a murder.
Has anyone been left that drinks in the country not picked up a DUI yet?
No, I think they've gotten just about everybody at this point.
It's impossible. It's impossible to pull. You can't go out to dinner, have a couple drinks, and not hit .08.
I think one thing with her is... now I'm ready to faint. I forgot what I was going to say. So, Paris...
You know what? Come in and pin a medal on me. You should literally walk in here and pin a medal on me. Get a hold of the president.
I have no idea what I was going to say.
Is it the Febreze?
No, I'm not going to blame it on the Febreze.
David, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, David.
Oh, hey. I was wanting to ask Earl if he knew where he was at when he woke up.
Yeah, Earl, did you know where you were?
I just lost this real sense of time. The first voice I heard was Poe, and I'm just trying to figure out why am I on the floor?
You were actually said you had a dream, and you said that I was there and Fez was there, and it was a wonderful place. But sometimes horrible things happened.
Did you recognize Master Poe's shoes when you started to come to?
Darren, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask Earl a couple of questions medically.
Yeah.
When he went down, did you see a bright white light? And are you thinking about answering the U.S. Air Force in code back there in the control room? And maybe you might know the formula for good radio?
Little John Travolta joke he's doing to you. Little John Travolta thing you're picking up, Earl. How you doing, Fez? Are you back now?
I'm back.
We got you on the show?
I am here.
Good. Earl, who do you got coming in today as a guest?
We got David Leaf and John Schoenfeld. They're the directors.
Scheinfeld.
Oh, I used to love his show. My favorite was Kramer.
Yes,
and Putty.
They're the directors of a new documentary called The U.S. versus John Lennon, which opens in New York and L.A. on September 15th.
Is it a documentary or a rockumentary?
Actually, a little bit of both. It's probably a little bit more rockumentary, a lot of Lennon songs, and it just covers a 10-year period of Lennon's life and his role as an activist and the government's attempts to...
The government actually ran papers on this guy, right? They actually followed him around, bugged his phones.
Yeah, there's a full FBI file. They thought he was a real threat to national security.
Hey, Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. I think you guys need to get one of those Febreze plug-ins that put the constant smell of Febreze in the air all the time, and then he'll just be in a constant state of unconsciousness.
You know, I think that Febreze ought to change their name to Negroes Go Away. And everyone's grandmother should just be carrying a little Febreze to squirt if a black man tries to grab her on the subway.
Earl, we're just going to have to get you used to Febreze, I guess.
If you're tired of Negroes hanging around your house, you need Febreze.
That's like when they find out a cholesterol medicine does something else for you. When they find out it has an added effect.
Irving, you're on Ron and Fez. Irving, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, buddies, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, with Fezzy forgetting these lines and Earl falling on his face.
Yeah.
Would this be the perfect opportunity for a sheepy to come in and save the show?
Fez doesn't have lines. It's just that certain times during a conversation, you have like a slight panic.
Yeah, and I just go totally blank.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like I go cross-eyed. It's the way it feels inside my head. And I mean, it's weird because not only will I go blank, I won't even remember what the topic was. That's how, I guess, the little panic attack goes off.
And you still feel okay with the fact that we're splitting the money. You still don't feel like there should be a little extra for me.
I should start sending you a check every week. That is true.
Thank you. No, I don't want a check, Fez. You know what I want?
What?
I want a medal pinned on me for fucking being the colonel of F Troop. I can't believe it, but right now, Dave is leading the pack with the Spirit Award. Because all he really did was enjoy himself. This is the fucking evil thing of this place, is that everybody was giggling. Everyone couldn't be fucking happier that Earl fainted like that.
Yeah, no one ran to help him. He laid there for a good 30 seconds in the doorway before anyone even got out of their chair. Then it was nonstop laughter. And, of course, as he's trying to recover, Dave just dousing him in Febreze now.
Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I was hanging out in the smokers lounge, and from what I understand, there's a memo coming to you that says you cannot receive an award for your staff because they've already given you a staff infection.
It was a long time to get there, and it's probably a fucking office joke, but, we don't work in offices. Eli, you're on Ron and Fez.
$5.99 checking in, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Hooah!
Good to hear from you, $5.99.
I think you gotta... Hooah! I think you got to change Earl's name to Blackout Earl.
Blackout Earl might be your angle.
That's it.
Thank you very much, buddy.
How you feel about that one, Blackout?
Black Earl took me a while to get used to. I don't know about Blackout. It was embarrassing for me. I don't want to recall my embarrassment.
Your eyes are just as big as saucers right now.
I mean, I'm just... it's like I'm here, but I'm not here. It's just a weird feeling.
Like in between life and death. Somewhere in between. Here's Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, I was wondering if Earl had a big meal before, because he might have a case of the itis. See ya.
Got a case of the itis. Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I heard Earl's going to be starring in a new war movie called Black Rock's Down. See ya.
I really hope this doesn't hurt the chances of the Black Rock Coalition getting picked up.
And a homeboy is down! A homeboy is down! Earl, you must be the weakest African-American in the country right now.
I certainly feel like it because bad stomach. Now my head's all screwed up. I don't know.
You're really fucked up even still, huh?
Yeah. I'm like functionable. Barely.
I mean, here's the problem. If you get knocked out, if you're a boxer or even a football player, you will keep getting knocked out after that. Once that switch has been turned, it keeps happening over and over and over. So you're going to start fainting all the time now, Earl. And what I want you to do is develop a fear or phobic reaction to the thought of fainting. Every time that you're in a crowd, think to yourself, am I going to faint now? A crowded restaurant, a couple extra people get on the elevator, anything at all that you think, will this make me faint? And then just let yourself go.
It's so weird because nothing even remotely like this has happened to me before.
But now it's going to start happening all the time. You're not going to be able to shake this.
There's no way to kind of shut it out or close it out?
No, you just got to put it on a loop and remember it and think about it over and over and over. Particularly like when you're at a place where you definitely don't want to faint, where you're talking to a young lady, you're on the phone with a boss, anything that could bring on a little bit of tension for you, remember that fate, trigger it, and then let yourself go.
The part I felt very calm. You know, there was no tension in my body at all. I just felt really...
No, that's what happens when you give up living. Basically, you stopped being a human being and started being a sack of potatoes.
Certainly fell down like one.
Here's Ben. Ben, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I got another theory about Earl passing out. My theory is that whether conscious or not, it's an inspirational, motivational tactic. The fact that he got up and he's working is a true inspiration to us worthless nobodies out here.
Yeah, let's do this one for Earl.
We gotta do it. Just for the man who fainted from the smell of air freshener.
I can only see a hand. Is someone trying to talk to me over there? I can't see through the window anymore. Oh, is that Bill?
Yeah, that's Bill.
Yeah, I can't tell, Bill.
I don't think Earl fainted. I think he just decided to take a nap.
Thank you. That was worth it.
Yeah, I wish we hadn't been able to see even the hand over there.
No, we're good. I like not seeing them. I really do, Mars. To me, it's nice. I want this place, I want it all to be two-way mirrors. So every window, I just see me and Fez and feel like we're in a lockdown. Tunes, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, two things. It sounds like Febreze is the new black garlic, and it's too bad that poor Earl's near-death experience finally brought some life to the show.
It really did feel like that. It feels like this is a whole new start.
I don't think me passing out on a daily basis will jumpstart
Well,
the show.
Earl, in what places would you hate to faint, though? Would it be somewhat embarrassing?
Probably like at a stadium or something. Or
Yeah,
arena.
start and think about that when you're in any kind of crowd situation, church, if you're out to dinner, too far away from the door. Always think to yourself, how far away is the door if I really need to get out of here, and let it feel farther and farther away.
A crowded club should do that to you.
Crowded club, a meeting. Try to keep the door open at all times, even in a plane.
Any sort of mall or grocery store, that would be really bad.
Yeah.
Because there you're just on display for everybody.
Sure. It would be so humiliating. So humiliating. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
None of your fucking business, Joe. I'm going to tell you right now. It's none of your business.
Hey, I got two things for you. Ron, I think you do need to be commended working with two buffoons or three, including Dave there.
Wow. I thought you were giving Fez a shot at the end.
I thought I was going to be the including.
It's like working in a sick tank is what it is. It's the dream team. I'm going to take them out of Yankee Stadium, and then I'll get knocked out, and then they'll be wandering around by themselves.
We'll have to save the day somehow.
I don't want anything other than a medal. Really, all I want is for the president to pin a medal on my chest. Owen, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I heard Earl woke up and said, I agree with Ronnie.
Yeah.
That's Earl's dream. Ron and I were on the same side during every discussion. It was wonderful.
He first answered the faint by saying no. I didn't faint.
Hey, Andrew. Andrew, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, I was just calling to say, Ron, I think that he faked all of this just to make you feel sorry for him so he'll get off his back. It's been a little hard on him lately.
I know, I have been rough on him lately, and last night, Earl handed in his resignation to me. Just didn't feel like he was didn't feel like he was doing a good job. I accept it, and then Earl changed the topic.
So is it still going through?
No, I mean, my feeling on it at the time was, no, I just felt
You almost faint again?
No, it's just like, it's like everything's almost in slow motion. Or
do you remember resigning last night and me accepting, and then you acted like we weren't having the conversation?
No, I remember that conversation. I said,
yes.
I said if
yes, Earl. I said it's the best thing for you. You are right. You can't do this,
Earl. You weren't expecting to get the yes.
He wanted me to go, no, man, you've got to fight through it. This is something you can do. You've worked your whole life for this. And I said, absolutely.
No, I remember the feeling at the time. I was just like, hey, that's the way I felt at the time.
Right, and I felt the same way when I said, yes, you can resign, and we will still be friends.
And he instantly goes into the Marlins no-hitter.
Yeah, immediately. He's just bringing them, remember, we've got some guests coming. I've done a hell of a rockumentary. Hey, BCH. How you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good. Isn't it black guys who have the giant bottles of air freshener in their cars?
Yeah, don't you have that big crown on the front of hanging down, Earl?
No, I don't.
You should be forced to wear one of those crowns the rest of the show.
I wish we could get this into the Black Earl song. By the way, YouTube for the video, or I guess ronandfez.net. I think Mikey Boy's put it out everywhere. It's the best video to the best song ever, all about Black Earl.
The Brother Joe song, all about Black Earl's days at WNEW.
Earl, have you ever gotten a hold of John Mayer?
No response.
Now, Fez, John Mayer claimed that when he got caught up with, as part of the gossip machinery, he would break the story with us first. And then as he did that, he hinted around that he was with Jessica Simpson. We did not believe him or even think about it because that seemed like the long shot bet. Those two didn't seem like they would ever be together. And yet, it was foreshadowing.
Yeah, it was kind of like he was going to go ahead and drop the hint so we knew exactly what was coming. Like, it seemed like at first he was just going to use Jessica Simpson because that's a name that's in the tabloids
right, like
constantly.
If someone said Paris Hilton or whatever, we would have just taken that. But I guess like a week ago, Us Magazine cover, him and Jessica Simpson together, People Magazine cover. So we thought, here's where it is, because he's not talking to anybody.
Right.
John Mayer is keeping quiet about the whole deal, as anybody would. Whose fucking business is it? But he did bring it up and said, I'll break the story with you guys. Now he's underground.
Yeah, now getting a hold of him. The latest gossip I've seen on this, the stories I've seen, and they always attribute it to a friend or a source, says that the romance was started, but John Mayer ended it because Jessica Simpson and her chatty Cathy friends couldn't be quiet about it. Couldn't keep it to themselves.
Now, who said that?
That I saw on the IMDb website.
And you don't believe any of them, right? I don't know whether I believe any of this stuff.
No, when they go to source, a source close to John Mayer,
right?
If it's not me or you, I'm not believing it whatsoever. So
it's got to get all the way down to where I say it before you believe it.
If we were the source, with this. I don't know. It just seems like now it's all wrapped up very conveniently. I would like to get the bottom line on this from John Mayer.
I think I wouldn't even bring it up to him. I would be far too embarrassed to ask anyone who they're dating and why. I've never even had the slightest interest in that. I can't imagine asking someone that I don't know that well.
I follow these things, and I think this was the quickest there's a tabloid romance, whether it's real or not.
Yeah.
I think this is the quickest one to come and go that I've ever seen.
I don't know if it's gone yet. It seems like it's still bouncing around out there. Rolling Stone doing a big article on John Mayer, and I guess the coming issue. Have you seen it yet, Earl? Is it out yet?
I don't think it's out yet. The current issue has XM's own Bob Dylan on it.
Oh, yeah. #1 album, Bob Dylan. First time in 30 years. You can't get any bigger than Bob Dylan. Remember when we did the Bobby D thing, Fez?
Right.
Bob Dylan. The #1 Bobby D. He's in his 60s. #1 album.
He's got the #1 album. Johnny Cash had the #1 album a couple weeks ago. Some of those guys that...
So what are you saying? Even dead guys can have #1 albums? What's your point?
My point is that there's some guys that just, come off timeless. That they're going to always, score with a record.
Here's Marie. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hi. I might have a theory for Earl's passing out. I've had this problem. I'm not joking either. I had this problem back in January, and my heart was stopping. I have a pacemaker.
Earl, you want to pick up a pacemaker after the show today, or you want to go now?
I had all the tests, MRI, EEG, EKG. They put a Holter monitor on me, and I pushed the little button and called it in, and they sent an ambulance right to my house. I had no idea, and I had 19 episodes since January.
Yeah.
Earl, just to get that checked out if you have health insurance.
Yeah, he does. Only if you have health insurance, look into the fact whether you're dying or not. Earl, when's the last time you've been to the doctor?
2002, my last checkup for the ulcers.
Well, the thing is, you've had incredible weight loss the last few months. Still wearing the same pants, can't hold them up. Now you're fainting. And you're doing a couple things that are outside what I would say your normal personality. You had sex with a mental patient.
Yeah, I think it's time to to get everything a full examination, including my head.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's got to be looked at.
You should go to my cardiologist, see if you need one of those pacemakers.
Cody, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Yeah.
Fezzy, you would know this before I would. Is Jessica Simpson's new CD out, A Public Affair, yet, or is that coming out?
It's coming out. I think
Okay.
the single is out, but the album's coming out.
Right.
Okay, well, John Mayer's Continuum is also coming out this Tuesday, so maybe their relationship could be just a media hype for their new albums that are dropping.
You know, there's something very weird, and we kind of even talked about this with him before, that in terms of hype and in Hollywood, it's like one star plus another star equals 10 stars. You know, People magazine and all those things, they love nothing more than when 2 stars are together.
We had the big one last summer where Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise both had big summer movies coming out, and they hooked up like a couple months or maybe 3 or 4 months before.
But they actually went on to be married and have a kid. So I don't know if that's the example that we're looking for. But there is always that Rock Hudson thing of, not that John Mayer's gay, but they would always, when Rock Hudson, they would act like he was dating people that had movies coming out at the same time, because it's good news, I guess, for people.
I remember a couple of years ago, was it Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy? They did a movie together, and then a couple of months before the movie came out, they were a couple also.
Yeah, but that's different. They were actually a couple. What the story is here, and I hate to make you guys focus, but it'll get you more press even if 2 stars go out together if they're not dating. If suddenly they show up at a club, which I guess John Mayer and Jessica Simpson were never doing anyway, right?
No, I don't think they were ever spotted together anywhere. None of that making out or canoodling.
But apparently all you got to do is act like 2 people are dating that both happen to be stars, and boom.
With Lindsay Lohan, she kind of got paired with everybody up and down Hollywood, like a young star like Jared Leto she would get paired with, and then at one point Richard Gere was a story that was out there.
Yeah, there can be too many. That becomes a problem. You don't want to overdose and just constantly act like you're dating a different star every week, or else you get, and I have to use a bad word here, hooah. They start to act like you're a hooah. Here's Filthy Phil. Phil, you're on Ron and Fez show.
Hey, how's it going, Ron?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm thinking maybe Earl has a problem of African sleeping sickness.
I think that's enough. Pat, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what about Vincent Chase and Manny Moore for Aquaman?
Perfect. When Aquaman was coming out, everybody was talking about Vincent Chase and Manny Moore. Now, did you see that Page 6 did a blind item on him the other day, where it acted like he was doing rails in the nightclub right off the fucking bar?
I missed that one.
Yeah, they described him to a T, right down to his clothes. It was right after the Emmys, I guess. And then all the websites start to go, well, this is the only guy who was wearing a brown shirt instead of a suit.
There's only one person that fits